Today we are going to talk about big changes coming to the Enchanted Princess. Also, we're going to talk about how things are going on the Regal Princess, another total Eclipse cruise that we've got as an option, and finally a whole nother cruise line that it was not even on my radar, but it sounds absolutely wonderful. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Wednesday. It is April 12th of 2023, and let's start off talking a little bit more about the Catch by Rudy, the new restaurant that is coming to some of the Princess cruise ships. Just a little bit more detail than I went into the other day, and so I wanted to share that with you, and thank you very much to a Let's Go family member who sent this to me. I very much appreciate all of you, so thank you. The few things that I wanted to let you know is when I think of a seafood restaurant, I think of somewhere that is mostly serving seafood, but a lot of times they do have other dishes. So I wanted to make sure that you are aware that if you decide to go to the Catch by Rudy, they don't only have seafood. They say they are also going to have some vegetarian options, traditional surf and turf, and some other dishes that people will enjoy that perhaps don't enjoy seafood quite so much. They said that they are also going to do some of your normal things, regular things that you think of when it comes to seafood, but they are also going to be doing Rudy Solomon's own kind of twist on seafood to include some things like Asian fried calamari and then lobster with classic butter crust. That sounds kind of yummy. And signature seafood inventions from the chef's personal repertoire. So I thought that was wonderful. I also wanted to let you know, for those of you who are wine connoisseurs, that they are also going to pair wines to go with each dish that you are served there in the Catch by Rudy. It says that they're newly uniformed, so it sounds like the crew that works in the Catch is going to have new uniforms. Their newly uniformed crew members will be able to recommend the different wines for you to go with what you choose to eat for dinner. It reminded me a little bit when I was on Celebrity. If you have not been on Celebrity yet, if you are a wine connoisseur, you have to go on Celebrity, because for every meal that you eat, there's a sommelier, or sommelier, however you pronounce that correctly, which is the person that comes to you and talks to you about the wine that you'll be having with each course of your dinner. In the main dining room they do that, in the specialty dining they do that, and they do a really good job. I know the people that I would be seated at the same table with that would be enjoying wine with their dinner, that sommelier would show up very frequently to make sure that everything was going really well, make recommendations, just excellent service. So I just wanted to throw that in there. Finally, the other thing I wanted to let you know is where they say it'll be located. It says, this is interesting, and I'll go over this a little bit more in the updates to the Enchanted Princess, but it's going to be located across from deck services on deck 5. Sabatini's is going to move to deck 7 in the piazza where the Bistro sur la Mer used to be. So there you go. Those are the really big changes and things that I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of when it comes to the Catch by Rudy. Now, the Enchanted Princess is going to sail out of being in dry dock, and so a lot of these changes become effective this Saturday, April 15th, as she starts her sailings again after being in dry dock. And so a few of the things that they have changed, they've changed several things actually on the Enchanted Princess, and I honestly am wondering if this is just what's to come on the other ships. It'll let us know what Princess has got in mind as far as dining goes and the whole experience that they are hoping to present to their passengers. So first of all, the new additions to the Enchanted Princess, they're going to have a new Irish pub. They are adding a Salty Dog Cafe and an Italian town square called Settimo Cielo. And then also the Catch by Rudy will also be added to that ship, as we have discussed. The president of Princess, John Paget, said there's nothing more core to the Princess experience than great food and drinks at an amazing value conveyed with exceptional service and friendly spirit. So let me tell you first about that new Irish pub they're going to do. It's called O'Malley's. It's going to be located on deck 5. It says it's a modern Irish pub with traditional Irish music, great food and entertainment. They are also going to have Irish beers, ales, and whiskeys. And the menu is going to include Scotch eggs, fried pickles, and pan-fried Guinness chicken. Thought that was kind of interesting, kind of a whole different thing. Oh, and Guinness cocktail classes. So it sounds like they'll be running some fun classes in there for those of you that would like to learn how to do those cocktails. They are also going to add that Salty Dog Cafe to the Lido deck, which is the Lido deck, you know, by the pool. So that'll be nice. It includes prime burgers, a chicken strip basket, and you can also, this is kind of fun, I guess they've got branded merchandise for the Salty Dog that you can also buy if you would like to. I'm thinking like shirts. I don't know what else, but that's what they're going to have. And it says, and enjoy promotional invitations to Sail Princess. So that'll be kind of fun to hear what that is. I don't know what that part of the whole situation there with the Salty Dog is, but I guess we will all see. Finally, the Enchanted Princess is going to have a traditional Italian town square, it says. They are going to transform Deck 7. So think about Deck 7 in your mind. You've got the piazza on Deck 5, 6, and 7. Okay, Deck 7. They're transforming that into Settimo Cielo, if I'm saying that right, which translates to 7th Heaven, where guests can choose among many Italian venues, including the Sabatini's Trattoria, like we talked about, Vellini's for Venice-inspired cocktails, and Gigi's Pizzeria by Alfredo. So if you're not familiar with Gigi's Pizzeria, on several other ships it is called Alfredo's. So they have the same menu, the same offerings, just so it sounds like they're putting all those Italian things together on Deck 7 there so that you can kind of choose what you would like to have. And then finally on Deck 5 they've got their gelateria where you can get gelato, and they talk about, it says, which serves the only authentic handcrafted Italian gelato outside of Italy, made in the ship's pastry kitchen. So I don't know if you recall, it's been, gosh, has it been a year now? I remember telling you that Princess had acquired these gelato machines from Italy, from the Italian brand, and I don't think very many people have those. And so it was a really big deal that they would be able to offer this gelato that is so similar to what they have in Italy. For those of you that have been to Italy, and are really familiar with how the gelato tastes there, it's not the same. It can't be because all the ingredients don't come from Italy, but it is really, really good. Gordon and I have tried that before, and it was really good. If you go on a ship and you don't get those the new Premier desserts that they are offering as part of the Plus package or the Premier package, you do have to pay for the gelato. So just letting you know that that is an extra charge. So if you have any questions about everything with the Enchanted Princess, let me know. And those of you who will be sailing on her soon, and I know that we have Let's Go family members booked on the Enchanted Princess, let us know about all of this. I am so excited. You can put pictures on our Facebook group if you would like, or just send me an email, let me know. I think it's going to be really fun to hear about that new restaurant, to hear about all the changes, the Irish pub, just the whole deal. So let us know. Now, we've had a Let's Go family member who was on the Regal Princess very recently. He was so kind to send me an update, just going over really quickly how things were going on the ship when he was there. He was there for 2 weeks, as 14-day sailing. So as far as food goes on the Regal Princess, we've got, he said it was absolutely excellent in the main dining room and also in the specialty restaurants. He doesn't prefer the buffet, so he didn't eat there, but sounds like, you know what, food is getting better on Princess. Remember, we had the restart and it was fine, and then we kind of went downhill quite a bit, both what we experienced and what other people reported as well. But you know what? We're rebounding. So that makes me really, really happy. Cruise prices are going up as a general, like a trend. They are going up. And I don't know how much of that is when you consider fuel and just everything in the economy that's going up, and how much of it is they thought, you know what, we've got to kick it up with food or people aren't going to enjoy this. And so they are investing more in food. But I am really happy to hear that that is doing better. The service was beyond excellent in all of the bars and restaurants. He was there just at the end of just this recently in the part that includes spring break, so they did have an awful lot of children on board. They had the ports have called. They got to go to all of them, except for on both weeks they missed Princess Key due to the wind. This is truly the year of the wind. I am hearing of more ships missing ports due to the wind than I have heard on other years. So that's not a surprise. And then also, as far as excursions goes, he wishes that Princess would offer more scuba diving excursions. So Princess, if you're listening, I don't know if you're having a hard time getting people, tour companies to contract with for scuba diving, but people would enjoy that. But he was kind enough to point out that they do, it's really easy once you get off the ship to pick up a scuba diving tour to go with someone on that. He didn't have any trouble with his onboard account, which makes me really happy because I'll hear of people getting lots of charges that are not their own. He said that the internet was very good, like Wi-Fi calls were fine, as was email. But if you wanted to watch a video, it was a little bit choppy, so it was clearly a little slow for that. Said the shows were excellent. The production shows were fantastic, and Princess does have really, really good production shows right now. I feel like they have always had really good shows, but Princess has taken it up a notch since COVID with their production shows. They're just outstanding. I love that he said his room steward was excellent. He said he met him on the first day, and after that he didn't see him, but every time he went somewhere and came back, his room was spotless again. And that, of course, he came more than once a day, and turned down service in the evening was lovely. He said that the medallion worked flawlessly. I love that he said, I am not sure I could cruise without it. I second that. I think that Princess's medallion is a game changer. It's amazing, to the point that when I cruise on another cruise line now and you have those cruise cards, I've told you before, I am always forgetting mine. People at customer service know me because I have to go there so often and get them reprinted. So those medallions are lovely, and that you can order a drink and that they bring it to you, or food, or whatever you want. It's a game changer. And it's really interesting to me. I kind of thought that maybe that was a disruption in, how those disruptive innovations and everything. I thought perhaps we would see other cruise lines doing that by now. But as you read about the tech that goes into that, I've tried to research it, there is a lot that goes into that. And Princess invested an awful lot of money in order to be able to offer that service. So I don't know if that's a barrier to entry for some of the other cruise lines, or if we will see that in the future from them. But that medallion's amazing. Finally, he said that the overall, the ship cleanliness, he said it was overdone. People were always cleaning, disinfecting, and polishing. I don't know that he means like totally overdone, but he said, boy, it was spotless the whole time. The casino was very crowded most nights. They did not have enough tables open, so he asked why, and they were short on dealers. So if you are looking for a job and you want to be a dealer on a cruise ship, I think that there might be a spot for you. The embarkation and disembarkation, he said, was like silky smooth, went just fine, no problems. So this is a really good report. I'm really happy to hear that everything is going so well on the Regal Princess, and I like to think it's going very smoothly on the other ships as well. Alrighty, now let's talk about the Emerald Princess for just a minute. We've been talking about, it's just come up often, our total eclipse cruise that is going to be going on April 4th of 2024 out of Los Angeles on the Discovery Princess, and that cruise is waitlisted. The only way that we will be getting any more cabins is if somebody cancels. So if you want to for sure go on that cruise, we can add you to the wait list. And then if Princess picks you up off the wait list, we can add you to our group. That's an option. Another option, if you've got several of you who want to go and you want to be at sea for that, there's the Emerald Princess sailing. Now, Princess has tweaked that sailing to accommodate the total eclipse. The total eclipse is on April 8th. And so here's the way it works with this one. So this is a 15-day itinerary, and it goes from Los Angeles over to Fort Lauderdale. And the reason that I'm telling you about that is because I think, honestly, that it's going to be such an amazing experience to be at sea in the path of totality for that total eclipse. A total eclipse like this is not supposed to come again to the United States until 2045. So over 20 years, 21 years from when it happens next year. And it's just one of those, I think, really cool moments in history and something really exciting to experience. So with that one being so full, I took out some group space on the Emerald Princess cruise to try to hold a little bit of a window for those of you who decide you would like to go on that cruise. And then you also get $60 of onboard credit just because it is a group added to your cabin. So that's a perk, but really I wanted to hold on for a minute to some cabins for those of you that are thinking about going and haven't quite decided. Okay, so Gordon and I won't be on that cruise, but it is really just, it leaves, instead of leaving on April 3rd, like ours does out of Los Angeles, it's going to set sail on April 5th of 2024 out of Los Angeles. So let me tell you the itinerary super fast, and then we're going to move on to our next update. So first of all, you leave Los Angeles, the next day is a day at sea, and then you're in Cabo San Lucas the next day from 1 in the afternoon until 10 p.m. And then the next day, which will be Monday, April 8th, you are going to do, they call it scenic cruising, from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. And so you will be out at sea, but you will be able to be in that path of totality. Then you're going to have another sea day, and I think it's Huatulco, Mexico, Huatulco. You're going to be there from 8 to 5, another sea day. Then you're going to call in Nicaragua. That's going to be interesting to see if Nicaragua happens. It's set for 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Water tender. Ships have been missing Nicaragua routinely lately, so I don't know if by then they're going to let them go. That's a whole year away. We've got time. Then Punta Arenas, Costa Rica. April 14th is a day at sea. Then you get that full transit on the Panama Canal on April 15th of 2024. The next day you're in Cartagena, Colombia. The next day you're at sea. Finally, you're in the Cayman Islands, another sea day, and you end up in Fort Lauderdale. So if you are interested in this, go ahead and send me a text. I would be delighted to help you. I did lock in group rates. This cruise has gone up a lot lately, and it's not going to go down. It's just going to go up. Like the group rate for our total Eclipse cruise that we have right now is less than half of what it costs to book that cruise right now. And so along with locking in those rooms, I thought, well, I'll hold the price the best I can. And so that's where we sit with those. So I hope that is helpful to you. And with all of our group cruises, we'd love to have you send us an email. It's just down below. You can just letsgotraveltips@gmail.com, and I'm happy to send you a quote and any information that you would like. Our group cruises are listed on our website. I'll remind Gordon to put up some more of the maps and things on our Facebook group, and then I can talk about it more if people would like. Maybe I'll talk about that a little bit tomorrow, like why we chose the places that we are going on our group cruises, because I just didn't choose routine places. I chose places that I wanted to go for a very specific reason or reasons. So, all right, here's the last thing for today. We have exciting news from Emirates. If you are not familiar with Emirates Airlines, they are ultra luxury airlines. They fly out of Dubai. I love their flight attendants always look so beautiful, and the gentleman's so sharp. When you see them in the airport, they are so put together and just beautifully turned out, but they are known for their service. Extraordinary. Well, Emirates Airlines has decided that they are going to get into the ultra luxury cruise business. I don't know if this will ever be in my budget or not, but you never know. Sometimes they have really great sales. So they actually have their cruise ship that they have been putting through their paces, their trial runs over in Dubai just this last week. And they're doing the maiden, sea trial voyages and everything. She is going to set sail on their very first sailing April 1st of 2024. So that's going to be coming up. And that maiden voyage is going to go from Dubai Harbor to the port of Karachi, because that is where the first flight of Emirates Airlines went when they started back in October of 1985. So I thought that was a lovely nod to history there. They say their goal with this new cruise line is to have undreamed of onboard luxury and to visit never before explored itineraries around the world. So anyway, the really fun part too, I wanted to make sure that you know about this, is if you are looking for a job and you want to work on a cruise ship, they are hiring lots of people. And so this might be a really nice window. We have good friends that their daughter decided to be a flight attendant for Emirates, and she did that for a few years, saw the world, absolutely loved it. And so if you're looking for a little bit something different, no matter what age you are, I think that this is a lovely opportunity. If we were retired, I might think twice about it. I am going to go to Alaska though and work for a summer when we're retired, but I just wanted to let you know not only about this employment opportunity, but I love that there is another cruise line getting in the mix to take us to places we've never been before, or take us there and help us see it with new eyes. So I really appreciate all of you being with us here. If you have not subscribed yet, will you please subscribe? We need you with us. We would love to have you with us. And if you appreciate these updates, would you give this video a thumbs up? I'll be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.